Hi, and thanks for logging on to the Daily DVAR Halacha. And here's a brand new halacha for you, and it's for Thursday, 17th day of March. Here we go. You must remember on Purim day to daven mincha before the Seudah that's going to be near the end of the day on Purim. That's because, of course, once you start the Seudah and there will be some wine at the Seudah, then it's inappropriate for you to be davening mincha with that wine that's inside of you, and mincha must be done while you're fully, properly sober and attentive and having kavanah to your davening. So mincha must be said before the Purim Seudah. Don't start the Purim Seudah in the last 2 seconds of the day on Purim. I know you're busy with a lot of stuff, and we do eat the Purim Seudah near the end of the day on Purim, but not so close to the end of the day that you only have like one tiny bite before sunset. You're supposed to still get the major portion of the food into you while it is still daytime on the day of Purim, so make sure to watch for that timing. You know, I have mentioned to you before the famous phrase La Yehudim Haisa Ora V'Simcha V'Sasan Likar, that the Jews had Ora, light, Sasam, Simcha, all kinds of happiness, etc. And each one of those words alludes to something special, and the word Ora alludes to Torah, which is compared to a light, and therefore it is most appropriate to make certain that you do some Torah learning on the day of Purim. If the day of Purim were to go by, and you did all the mitzvahs of the day and no Torah learning happened, that would be a real bad thing. So make certain that the Torah learning happens somewhere before the Seudah, maybe before Mincha or something, on the day of Purim. There is an inyan, it is somewhat appropriate to eat beans or peas or lentils on the day of Purim. You may never have heard that, and it might sound weird to you, and the reason is as follows. Nebuchadnezzar, destroyed the first temple, and he wanted to have some upstanding Jews in his court, and he brought Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah to be in his court, and they were forced to live there in the palace, or sort of near Nebuchadnezzar, and they did not want to eat all the non-kosher food that he was supplying, and so they had the servants allow them to eat beans, peas, and lentils, and that's why we like to make memory of that on the day of Purim, by eating something like beans, peas, or lentils at some point on the day of Purim. And there was a very beautiful miracle happened, and it was that the servant who was feeding them all that peas, beans, and lentils, felt that, uh-oh, if I keep feeding it to them like that, they're going to become malnourished, and Nebuchadnezzar is going to get very mad at me. So he was trying to encourage them to eat other foods which were not kosher, and they said, let's do a 10-day trial. For 10 days we'll eat only beans, peas, and lentils, and you look and see if we look malnourished or healthy. And for 10 days they did that, and they looked healthier than the people that were eating the king's food, which is rather miraculous, and so they were allowed to continue eating those beans, peas, and lentils as they had done before. And that special story is acknowledged by us eating beans, peas, or lentils on the day of Purim. Also, Esther, when she was brought to Achashverosh, did not want to eat the non-kosher food, and also asked them to serve her foods like that, and it also did well for her, and we'd like to make note of that by eating that, if possible, on the day of Purim. Thanks for logging on, and log on again tomorrow for more. Please remember that it's Parsha Zachar this Shabbos. We'll try and tell you more about that tomorrow. Bye-bye.